You have your big liquidation candle in August. Multiple retests. One proper one that didn't quite come down as far. Still obviously a retest. Look at that. It was big, scary. And this is just all the time, especially in uptrends. This is always going to happen. Why? Because as long as the market is in a bull market, as long as it's bullish, price is going to come back for retests because bigger orders, bigger players need to get filled. It's all well and good having this shakeout, right? That's all well and good having this big liquidation. But this big liquidation just catches out people on leverage. It doesn't give the big money a chance to fill their large bags at this level. So it'll come down to here. It won't go lower right now if it's acting like normal. It won't go lower than this. It'll go up a little bit, right? People start to get excited. All the way back down into the lows. They'll get bearish. All the way back up. False breakout, they'll get excited. Last little shake, and away we go. Over and over and over and over again. The psychology of these moves is very predictable. The path is not always predictable, right? But I could draw 3 paths now, and I'd be 70 or 80% confident that one of them is followed. This is probably the most likely, right? Because you just look at it and think, what would I do right here? If I was looking right here, I would say big wick down, we're going to fill that wick, we've come down, oh, it's going to go lower. So you'd be thinking, oh, it's going to go lower. It's going to test that low. But it's already done that here. And these are little traps by the market. This is your false bottom that gets swept, right? It rallies up, that gets people excited, comes back, attacks those lows. Now, maybe it takes the lows at the bottom. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. If it attacks those lows, it might not. It might come back again later, right? It might go up first, down into that one, up again, down into that, up, down, and away we go. There's a lot of different ways it can go. But understand that the smart money, the big players, they need to get filled, and they can't get filled on one wick on one day in a 15-minute flush. They can't. That's why you get retests. The first retest tends to get front ran because people are like, I want to get in. And people want to panic and sell, and they panic and sell. So the panic sellers here go into the guys who want to get filled, and that's how we rally up. But when we rally up like that, again, it's so easy to run it back down because there's so much liquidity here. People who buy the first rally. The first rally, just like this first bounce. Right, that's the first bounce, but then you have a difference in a bounce and a rally. Okay, like a bounce and a... Let me show the difference. I think there's an example over here. Right? This is your shakeout. That's like your first bounce. That's like an automatic reaction. Yeah? Shakeout, big bounce. That's where people like FOMO. Then you have a proper shakeout over here. And then you have a rally where it comes up and it keeps going up and up and up and up for a few days. And that gives people time to make bad decisions by filling positions. Now, the reason this moves up like this is because big players are filling positions. They're buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. The difference is they're not going to get shaken out on this little move here. They'll keep buying. So once that shakeout happened and price reacted, they're buying. This is all buying. This is 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 buying. It's all fucking buying for them. But it's the average person with too much leverage, idiot retail trader, dumb money, which none of you are. You're all learning how to avoid this trap that I was in when I started, that you were in when you started. We all start there. The question is, how quickly do you leave that trap? Is that these little pullbacks shake people out. It's crazy, I know. But it does every single time. You can see it. So your only job is to not fall prey to that. And so that leads me back to today and what I wanted to talk about. This looks bad. Oh no, big sell-off. It's coming down. Oh no, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. No, the bad stuff's already happened. It's already happened. We've had this move. We've had the shakeout. We've had the bounce. Move, shakeout, bounce. First move, shakeout, bounce. We are now into this phase of unknown. 14th of November till the 5th of December. This one was 3 weeks. From the 11th of December to the 20th of December, this one was 8 days. We're in something like that. We're in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. This has been the biggest move, biggest shakeout. So it probably takes even longer. Could take us into February. As long as price is not impulsing lower, everything is fine. We had an impulse sell-off, but that's liquidations. Everything since it has been corrective. Slow, choppy, slow, choppy. That's good. Burn that into your brain. Corrective moves on the way down are good. Yes, that's what we want to see. Again, the first part being an impulse leverage shakeout, that's totally fine because that's what happens in bull markets, too much leverage. But when the market then goes into not impulsive, right, but corrective, that's when you're seeing it. If this whole thing was going to sell off, you wouldn't have seen impulse on the way up for a start, right? And then when it comes down, there's no impulse. It gets absorbed. It's slow, it's slow, it's slow. We then come down. We have 2 impulse candles. That should have been the breakdown, rally back up. And then it's slow, it's slow, it's slow. This sell-off is slow. Bounce is slow, sell-off slow. Slow, low volume, slow, low volume, slow, low volume. Look for that, right? Look for that on whatever coins you're in right now. Whatever's happening, if it's slow and low volume, grinding down, this is setting up a trap. Not even a trap. It's just the market doing what the market does, right? But you have slow, low volume declines, right? You had your big shakeout with big volume. Again, that's leverage getting flushed out. That's normal. But the volume over here, since then, is the lowest that we've had. Look at that, low. Compared to everything before it was high volume, higher. Where did we last have low volume? At the same level as this. We last had low volume roughly over here, which was what? After a shakeout and a low volume correction that led to a big uptrend. Last time we got a bit of low volume over here, it was in a sell-off, right? Just before the rally. So I'm not saying Solana's going to moon from here. I am saying that if you're seeing declining low volume into the lows, that's what you want to see. If you're starting to see increasing volume, and this could still happen, right? If Solana comes up and then impulse is lower and you see a big volume spike over here, right? And it drops down into this area and starts to trade there, that's not good. That shouldn't happen. And that probably leads to a deeper correction. But as of right now, a lot of these are just backfilling their wicks, and I wouldn't be too concerned. ARB, I'll touch on ARB really quick because I'm long ARB. Here we are. So didn't panic or didn't FOMO the highs, bought the lows. It's a bit low T, right? As in, I would have liked to see a bit more of a reaction, but I get why there's no reaction. If you look at the, no, I need to use, where's my other one? There we go. I need to get one that has my indicators on it. There we are. 1 hour, there we go. So sell the 200 EMA quite nicely. It's kind of trapped and bouncing between them. That's good. For me, that's generally quite good because, again, you've had the big move, you've had the rally, you've had the fake out, trap people. 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg sell off, sideways correction. So for me, that's fine. Like I don't have any. The main thing is just that I think it's slow, but slow is not always bad. Yeah. It's like, I want it to move faster, but I also can't tell the market what to do. So for me right now, I think ARB is totally fine, and it's going to move in tandem with ETH, right? So ETH has to move first for Arbitrum, and not even like ETH doesn't have to move first, but ETH has to show some life for Arbitrum to then do the same, because it's a beta play, right? So as soon as Ethereum starts to show a bit of life, you'd expect ARB to start outperforming, and then that makes things a bit better. So that's it overall. Expect altcoins to underperform until the Bitcoin ETF. I mean, that's obvious. Bitcoin's going to be all the rage. So, don't panic and sell your altcoins whenever you see them bleeding right now, because they're bleeding because people are chasing Bitcoin. And that's normal. And I would expect that once the ETF goes, people will want to chase into alts again. So you're probably going to have, just to be a bit patient, hold on a bit, and then should see some moves after that. All right, GM.